Hi, second graders. Mrs. Isham's here. I thought it would be fun to kind of do a fun little science project. I don't think any of you guys know that Mrs. Isham actually moved a couple weeks ago. We moved on to a few acres from a tiny little subdivision to now we got a little funny farm. And when we moved in, there actually was a chicken that we adopted, and Mrs. Isham just loved it so much, and I grew up with chickens that I just was like, we need more baby chicks. And so now we are the proud owners of 20 chickens. We have 19 baby chicks and one full-grown, she's 1 year old chicken. And I thought it'd be, Mrs. Isham, I am learning a lot of things about chickens right now, and I thought maybe I would share some of my new knowledge with you. You are more than welcome to do this with me in a dissection of an egg if you have permission from mom and dad. If not, then you can just watch along, but make sure you have permission. I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want you to get in trouble. But if so, then you can grab an egg and kind of go with me. Make sure you have a plate underneath and that yeah. Hey, so this is actually an egg that we are getting from our chicken. Her name is Bok Bok, and she has been laying an egg every day since the beginning of March, which has been really, really fun for us, especially for Hadley. So let's talk about it. This egg is the outside of an egg. Here is the shell. Now, if you crack it, let's see how I barely cracked it. Don't crack it all the way, and kind of peel the top off there, the shell. Do you see? Right here is called the membrane. So there are two protective layers of an egg. Is the shell and the membrane. This helps keeps the yolk inside protected. Okay, so there is the membrane. Now Mrs. Isham is just going to crack it all the way now. And inside we have an egg. Here. So let's just identify some things here. We have our yolk, and then we have here is the albumin. Albumin, there are two types of albumin that we have. We have a thick and a thin. Do you see that thin albumin? Can everyone say albumin? This thick albumin, and there's a thin albumin. And you can tell that if your egg is really, really fresh, really, really old. If the albumin has a lot of thick albumin, then that means it's a fresh egg. If there is a lot of thin, that means it's getting older and older. So here we actually have a lot of thick albumin. Guess what? Bok Bok laid this egg today, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and also you can't really tell since I already cracked it. There's always an air pocket. So maybe if you boiled eggs for Easter and you peeled it, there's always a space between the albumin, or they call it egg whites too. So you know when you scramble your eggs, that it turns into egg whites. But between the albumin and the shell. Now another thing here is, let's see if I can pick it up. Do you see these little ropes? They look like little ropes right here and right here. I don't know if I can get that out. Ugh, it's kind of yucky. That is called the chalaza. Chalaza is the kind of like a ropes that hold the yolk in the middle of the egg. We don't want the yolk to be stuck on the shell, so the little chalaza holds the egg in the middle of the shell. And then I don't know, let's see if I can turn this off so you can see it better. Yeah. Do you see this little dot right there? It's like a light colored dot. That is the germinal disc. The germinal disc is actually the egg. So if this was to be fertilized, this little dot right here would become the baby chick. Super cool, huh? That little dot. Let's go over to make sure I got everything. We have the shell. The shell is bumpy and grainy in texture. Covers as many as 17,000 tiny little pores. Eggshell is made of almost entirely of calcium carbonate crystals. It is a semi-permeable membrane, which means that the air and moisture can pass through its pores. So what I've learned actually about farm fresh eggs is you don't wash them. You should not wash your eggs until you are about to eat them, because the chicken leaves kind of like a film on your, a bloom, they call it, on the eggshell that keeps it actually fresh. If you wash that off, your egg doesn't stay as fresh. Super cool. Okay, let's talk about the yolk. The yolk contains less water and more protein than the egg white, some fat, most of the vitamins and minerals of the egg. These include iron, vitamin A, vitamin D, phosphorus, calcium, thiamine, and riboflavin. The yolk is also a source of lecithin and effective emulsifier. Yolk colors ranges from a hint of yellow to a magnificent deep orange. That's what Bok Bok has, according to the feed and bred. So our chicken is free range. She just has the free range of our whole entire farm. So she is able to eat whatever she wants. She loves insects. Okay, albumin, let's remind ourselves. Albumin is the white, the clear stuff. It's Latin for white. It has 4 alternating layers, thick and thin. And it has 40 different types of proteins in it. That's awesome. Chaleza, remember, these are the opaque ropes that attach to the egg white and to the center of the egg yolk. They're like little anchors. They hold themselves in the middle of the egg. And then remember, the membrane was this white clear stuff that's in between the shell and the albumin. And again, the germinal disc, which is right here, that light, tiny little dot right there, it gradually sends blood cells, vessels into the yolk, and it is for nutrition as the embryo develops. Yep. So this is an awesome little egg here, and super cool. Eggs are so good for you, and they are pretty much a staple in every recipe that we usually do in the kitchen, or if we bake, we usually use eggs. So they are awesome. Let me know if you have chickens or if you know any fun facts about chickens. I would love to hear them because Mrs. Isham has her hands full, and I would love to know what you know about chickens, or as Hadley calls them, bok boks. All right, well, leave a comment below and let me know your facts about chickens, or just what your chickens' names, or anything you know about chickens. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the little science today, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.